That is just wonderful. I hit start. I didn't mean to. Did not realize it. I was watching the FDR inaugural speech from 1933, where he has consecrated America. Dang! So all that time I was on. Oh man, I'm sorry if you were here for like 7 minutes and heard nothing.
I was
not you.
But that explains. But the FDR speech explains everything, doesn't it?
It certainly does. This will probably cut out. Hold on. I just want to play this first sentence because I'm wondering if you've caught on to this. I'm sure you have. Let's just hear the first paragraph.
To Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who solemnly swear that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of your ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help you God. I, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. President Hoover, Mr. Chief Justice, my friends, this is a day of national consecration.
A day of national consecration.
And then he destroyed the Constitution. He's a fucking liar.
Well, at that point, he was basically giving us Jesus Christ over pretty much anything. So that I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, but it sounds to me like he's making the country, he's turning the country into a Christian, faith-based country at that point.
No.
Do tell. What is consecration? Sounds to me like it has some meaning.
Why don't you read the rest of his speech?
I'm just asking that particular part.
I don't pay much attention to that, but why don't you read the rest of his speech and you'll understand.
I am certain that on this day, my fellow Americans expect that on my induction into the presidency, I will address them with a candor and a decision which the present situation of our people impels. This is preeminently the time to speak the truth, the whole truth, frankly and boldly. Nor need we shrink from honestly facing conditions in our country today. This great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
No, right. And so consecrated, right? Back to consecrated. As of
You're focusing on the wrong part.
I know, but I'm stuck on it. Of a church or land having made or declared sacred. I mean, did he declare us dead already? What's sacred? Is that like a memorial?
You were declared the enemy of the state.
Of course. And of course, the president itself, the definition is kind of ties in with the consecrated idea. And just like what you're saying, it's the celebrant at a Eucharist
You're again focusing on the wrong thing. If you
I'm just
read the rest
saying.
of his speech, you'll understand.
All right. Well, we could always, we could always go that route, but it'll take forever. So, but we do have a version of donning armor, not the donning armor, and then we have the master of rope.
Yeah, he's an intellectual.
I think he's calling you a coward.
Who do I care?
Or he's calling me a coward because he thinks I won't read it. I would read it, but it would bore the living snot out of everybody. I have read it. There's a lot. Now, what part are you focused in on the most? Why don't you tell me?
Get to the part where he talks about the emergency.
Oh, okay. Emergency Act.
And how he's going to deal with said emergency.
Ew. What the hell was that? Nate? Oh. Jeez. Oh, I did not need that. I want to find that part, but whatever. I'll find it as we get into it.
We can't get into it until you find that part.
All right, let's see if I can get the first speech. Let's see if I got the right clip here. I don't have it up, so whatever. We'll get there.
How hard can it be to Google?
Well, there's so many links, and all right, let's see if this is it.
Did you like that sound effect?
No.
That was
It
dressing.
was horrible. I don't know what it sounded like. It sounded like he ate too much Thai food.
It was salad dressing.
All right. Primary source. Everything's running slow, so whatever. I'll get there. Just go. Just talk. What else is bothering you? Were you okay with Mr. Midnight Movie tonight? Did he satisfy you?
Mr. Midnight Movie is a wimp. He fears his own shadow.
Maybe a little bit controlled by his fears.
Not a little bit, a lot.
This is a day of national consecration. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. More important, hosts of unemployed citizens face the grim problem of existence. An equally great number toll with little return. Only a foolish optimist can deny the dark realities of the moment. Yet our distress comes from no failure of substance. We are stricken by no plague of locusts. Compared with the perils which our forefathers conquered because they believe and were not afraid, we have still much to be thankful for. Nature still offers her bounty, and human efforts have multiplied it. Wow. We've been on a steady progression away from nature since this speech. Wow. I mean, it's all right here. Plenty is at our doorstep, but a generous use of it languishes in a very sight of the supply. Primarily, this is because the rulers of the exchange of mankind's goods. Now, you know the legal definition of goods, right? Have it's the unborn of animals. Have failed through hold on. Have failed through their own stubbornness and their own incompetence. Have admitted their failure and abdicated. Practices of the unscrupulous money changers stand indicted in the court of public opinion, rejected by the hearts and minds of men. All right, so let's go down. Where am I going to find that?
By the way, the money changers are always Jews, by the way.
I think that's what he was referring to, the bankers. Finally, in our progress towards resumption of the work, we require 2 safeguards against a return of the evils of the old order. There must be a strict supervision of all banking and credits and investments. There must be an end to speculation with other people's money, and there must be provision for an adequate but sound currency.
Sounds awful familiar, doesn't it?
It sounds like today.
Huh.
These are the lines of attack. I shall presently urge upon a new Congress in special session detailed measures for their fulfillment, and I shall seek immediate assistance.
Read that very carefully and slowly.
Okay, are we getting to what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, let me go back. Through this program of action, we address ourselves to putting our own national house in order and making income balance outgo. Our international trade relations, though vastly important, are a point of time and necessity secondary to the establishment of a sound national economy. I skipped this paragraph. These are the lines of attack I shall presently urge upon a new Congress special session detailed measure for their fulfillment, and I shall seek the immediate assistance of the several states. There's a federal thing here. I shall spare no efforts to restore world trade. Oh boy, I just went to another page. That's just great. I shall spare no efforts to restore world trade by international economic readjustment, but the emergency at home cannot wait on that accomplishment. So world trade was the key. Can't wait for that.
Did I hear the word emergency?
That was the first emergency drop, I do believe. Yes. The emergency at home cannot wait. The basic thought that guides these specific means of national recovery is not narrowly nationalistic. It is the insistence at a first consideration upon the interdependence of the various elements, and in parts of the United States, a recognition of the old and permanently important manifestation of the American spirit of the pioneer. It is the way to recovery. It is the immediate way. It is the strongest assurance that the recovery will endure. All right. I want to find another emergency drop, but I don't see it. Our Constitution is so simple and practical that it is possible always to meet extraordinary needs by changes in emphasis and arrangement without loss of essential form. Interesting. Essential form. I'm prepared under my constitutional duty to recommend the measures that a stricken nation in the midst
That's
of
the
a
part. Read that slowly.
I am reading it as slowly as I can. Please shut up. I am prepared under my constitutional duty to recommend the measures that a stricken nation in the midst of a stricken world may require. These measures, or such other measures as the Congress may build out of its experience and wisdom, I shall seek within my constitutional authority to bring to speedy adoption. Wow. All right. So, do you want to chime in with this? What do you?
Finish it. You keep stopping.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I just want to make sure. If you have a comment, you're free to comment. All right. But in the event that the Congress shall fail to take one of these two courses, and in the event that the national emergency,
this is the part that you need to pay attention to.
yes. So they have two courses. In the event that the national emergency is still critical, I shall not evade the clear course of duty that will then confront me. I shall ask the Congress for the remaining instruments to meet the crisis, broad executive power to wage a war against the emergency, as great as the power that would be given to me if we were in fact invaded by a foreign foreign foe. With the trust reposed in me, I will return the courage and the devotion that befit the time. I can do no less. We face the arduous days that lie before us in the warm courage of national unity, with our clear consciousness of seeking old and precious moral values, with the clean satisfaction that comes from the stern performances of duty by old and young alike, we aim at the assurance of a rounded and permanent national life.
And then he destroyed America as you knew it.
I feel a but coming on here. We do not distrust the future of essential democracy. The people of the United States have not failed. Still no but. In their need, they have registered a mandate that they want direct, vigorous action. They have asked for discipline and direction under leadership. They have made me the present instrument of their wishes. In the spirit of the gift, I take it. In this dedication of a nation, we humbly ask for the blessing of God. May He protect each and every one of us. May He guide me in the days to come.
And then he had the Congress declare you, the United States citizen, the enemy. Which he did with the support of all the governors of all the states.
Amazing.
And that was the takeover of America right there.
Nobody stood up. Nobody stood up at that point.
Nope.
I mean, were there
That's
protests?
where it all comes from.
It didn't seem like there was a fighting chance. Didn't seem like anybody really understood what was at stake, maybe.
Well, you just read it. Didn't you understand what you read?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, though, why the public didn't stand up.
Don't you think that they understood what he said?
I'm guessing they were in support of this style.
Well, they created an emergency. They created a depression So everybody said, whatever you got to do it. Just like this medical emergency we have now.
And they were desperate from the economy collapse.
Don't you see the parallel? Don't you see the same thing happening again? It's happening again.
Hmm. Yeah. I definitely see it.
And Roosevelt warned everybody. He told them what he was going to do. If the Congress didn't do what he wanted, he would override them. That's what he said.
And people wanted the discipline, so why not? Well, let's see what's going on. Let's see if there's anybody here. No Dawning. Oh, no, Dawning is a coward. Yeah, Dawning is a coward for not showing up. He fears Howard, the white saint.
It's
He's
true.
looking for his facts. Yeah, right. A lot of facts out there. I don't know, Howard. It seems like nobody really. I mean, people are just falling in line, just like 1933.
Because they're asleep. And they're even worse because they have less knowledge of how things work and their rights and freedoms.
Maybe a distorted version of history in the classrooms didn't help much. I mean, I'm learning a lot about history now. I feel I'm learning for the first time. And I graduated high school a long time ago. So, it took me a long time to, first of all, to find someone who was probably, I would imagine, maybe something like you were seeking, a little bit more. And I came across a couple people who were talking in a way that really resonated with me. And it also kind of gave me an excitement that there was actually a lot more to life, and there was a lot more to explore. I kind of had this dread, I think, in my 20s and 30s, my post education, and I started a career, and at one point even had my own business and the whole thing. And I really had this. I had this overwhelming dread that there was nothing left to discover in this world. Like it's all been done. It's all been said, and uh, I guess in the last few years, I was always, questioning what I saw and everything. But wow, I mean, a few years, maybe 5 years ago at the most, I finally I had this kind of like breakthrough and started finding so much more to what I thought I'd already known. I had to go back and start kind of redefining things, relearning true definitions and the details where the devil exists.
So you have made the Jew your sensei.
Well, I would not go as far to say that. No, I mean you definitely, I think we've been talking about these sort of things for, I've known you've known a lot about the Constitution, and I mean just when I learned where you're from, I knew you probably had a much broader knowledge than me, having grown up in California. It seems like a lot of all the bullshit kind of filtered down to the education system here in California, and we're distracted by the sunshine. Dawning Armor is here. Hello, Dawning. Welcome to the show with Howard. Are you there?
Why, yes, JP.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm here, and I have something to say. Oh well, no dawning. I thought it could have been him. I bet you what happened was it wasn't dawning, and he was laughing, and he couldn't unmute himself because he was laughing too hard. You're much more animated with Brian. Is it my style? Is my delivery? Am I putting you to sleep? Did you eat too much salad? What did you?
I just ate my lunch. I like to destroy Brian because he's such a two-faced coward. He's worse than you.
He is. He is a little bit, but I'm not afraid. I don't think I'm a coward. I think maybe I'm a little misguided. So I have to slow my roll a little bit and really focus on reality. Um, I've been programmed my whole life, really, through education and whatever it is, jobs and parents and everything, just so programmed to, somebody else mentioned it to me. Like, I see somebody in a nice suit who sounds intelligent. That really is not my standard anymore for an authority on anything at all.
No.
But I think maybe I think I was
Intelligence is
programmed.
not what you're going to get from Mr. in that movie.
No, what it took is, a few road trips to Mexico with a guy that looked like the dude who was, in his late 60s and having the time of his life. And it made me rethink, like, damn, I'm already kind of bummed
Oh,
out.
you mean in Mexico? He lives in Mexico?
No, we just did a road trip there. My friend has a place there, so um, in one of the little cities there, and so we've done a few road trips there, and it was just so lively, and I was like, man, I don't want to be like, I don't want to go on this ride. I'm talking about this is like 10 years ago. Like, I don't want to get to that age and just be a absolute bitter old man. Like, I want to have that. I want to have life in me, and that guy really changed my outlook on things in the couple times I met him and hung out with him and stuff. I don't know what made me think of that, but
Well, I think what you need to do is
Mm.
learn your origins.
That's always. I mean, I know my origin, but
Yeah,
what?
what is it?
Well, I've talked about it many times. I'll ask you. What is your origin? I feel that our birth date is completely arbitrary. Our birth date, you can change on your birth certificate. You can change your sex. You can change your name. You cannot change your birth date, and that had me thinking. Like, why does that not make sense? I never could figure that out. It was always just a mystery to me. Like, that's just the way it is. I don't know. And I started to learn. Like, the more I learned, the more I realized I was pressing buttons, and I was upsetting people because it really was a foundation changer. Um, when I learned sort of these elements, and I kind of thought about what truly biologically is our origin. Now you're probably talking about more of like my heritage, I would guess, right? Or
No,
oh, well, I mean, yeah. So what is your origin, biological origin?
I don't know.
Is it conception or fertilization?
It doesn't matter. It matters what you
Uh,
are thought of from the state, and the state thinks that they own you.
well, that's an important tie-in with the birth date because of that birth date and the signature on there, and um, using mothers as informants. They create they've created and registered a person, and they have control over that paperwork. It is their property. You cannot give it back to them.
You're okay. Look, you are a stock certificate. You're nothing more than a piece of paper.
Wait. And that's not true. That is
You're
not true.
represented by a certificate.
There is no paperwork that can be attached to a living man or woman. Absolutely not. So
Do you have a driver's license? Do you have a driver's license?
I'm in possession of one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you're attached.
How? Can you prove to me that license is me?
No, that license is permission for you to drive, isn't it? Why do you need permission?
By myself? I don't.
What's the definition of a license?
I'm just saying I do not require a license to drive or to travel. To drive or commercial use, yes.
Okay, so why do you have a commercial license?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't. That is, I've signed some paperwork.
That's right, and that's
that
where you
attaches.
admitted. That's where you admitted what you are.
Of course.
It's called an adhesion contract. You've already done it, and now you're going to tell me that you're not, but you say that you are. You agree.
Again, but at the moment I realized and remembered my origin, then shouldn't that be void?
Well, no. Why didn't you? No, of course not. Paper goes on top of paper. You have a layer of paper that says that you're a United States citizen with privileges and immunities. And you're also the enemy of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You admit to it.
That is, we've been tricked and conned.
Well, why don't you
I'm just saying.
Out?
You can't blame anybody. But yeah, I don't understand all that people do to get out of those things. I know people that have, that drive or that travel, whatever you want to call it. I think that's all stupid. He gets behind the wheel and he travels, but he does it without a license and without any registration at all. But it's not like common knowledge. It's not. I can't just go down the street and make one of those license plates and do it. It's a whole process.
What's a whole process? Why do you need a license plate? Again, go back to the definition of what is a license.
Okay.
Look it up in the law dictionary right now. What is a license?
I will look that up. I did snapshot something earlier. I don't think it was license.
Well, since most things require a license, tell me what a license is. You should know what a license is.
Well, I mean, if I were to just kind of, take a stab at it, let's see. Oh man, where did my dictionary go? Shit. All right. Anyways, my computer's running super slow, so don't wait on me. I'll get it.
Waiting. I'm waiting to hear, what is a license?
It's taking too long, Howard.
A license is a permission by the government for something that would otherwise be illegal without it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got married, you got a marriage license, didn't you?
Jeez, what a joke that is.
Yeah? Did you get a marriage license?
Sure did.
Okay. Now, in California especially, you married the state and your wife. It's a three-way marriage. You have a license. That's why you've got to go to court to get rid of the marriage. They're not going to let you out of the marriage until you have nothing. Your future is bleak. You will not be allowed to exit that marriage. And I'm not talking about from your wife. I'm talking about the marriage to the state until you have paid all the lawyers as much money as you
Yeah. Sounds about right.
can. So people ask me, when will this thing be over? And I tell them that it'll be over when you run out of money and there's no more money to take from you.
Sad.
And you are about to find that out.
Oh, yeah.
The state will come for your money.
So you recommend not deal with that at all?
Yeah, by not getting a marriage license. Is marriage illegal if you don't have the government permission to do it?
No,
Well, then why'd you get a license?
I don't know. Shit.
Right. So you went and now you got a license admitting that getting married was illegal unless given permission by the state. So somebody duped you into believing that you needed a license to get married. Imagine that. Why would you need a license to get married?
Yeah, no, I get it. I know a lot of people now doing it a lot differently.
Right. I would never get a license.
Well, you
Why would I
have,
need why
but
would I
you,
need one?
but you have in the past.
A marriage license? No.
Hmm.
Why would you get a marriage license again? It's not illegal to get married.
Yep.
But the government figured out a way for you. They figured out a way to pull you in again and go look up. If you look up all the laws, you'll find out that you married the government.
Huh. Now I wonder if they become a tertium quid in that instance.
Possibly.
All right, let's see here. License. I swear I'm just now getting to it. My computer's so slow tonight.
You have a Mac. What's wrong with your Mac?
It's terrible. It's all clogged up. Yeah, permission by competent authority to do an act which without such permission would be illegal, a trespass, or a tort.
That sounds an awful like what I said, doesn't it?
Pretty much. Competent authority.
Well, I thought you were the sovereign. I thought you were the competent authority.
I thought so too.
Uh-huh. But you're going to find that you have agreed to all sorts of things that make you pull you deeper and deeper into it. Again, what is it that the Trading with the Enemy Act of 1917? What is it that the Trading of the Enemy Act of 1917 allowed the government to do to the people who trade with the enemy? To the enemy. Tax them. Tariff them. put all sorts of rules and regulations on them. And now that you are not exempted from the Trading with the Enemy Act, now that you are the enemy, what do they do to you? They tax you. They do all the things that they said they could do. And you just heard it, and you just heard that on Roosevelt's speech, because he told you exactly what he was going to do.
And they knew it way before that. In 18, I don't know what it was, in the 1820s sometime, Brown versus Maryland was a case that had to do with the original package. And I think that what came out of that was the ability to tax goods.
Okay.
And they stated things like if a man has his baggage in effect, if I'm saying it right, would not be taxed, could not be taxed. But I think they were just talking about basically everything that manifested in 1933. Had to deal with these sort of issues of property and ownership and taxes.
But you're the property.
Yeah.
There you go. Depressing, isn't it?
I don't. Again, it's not depressing in the sense that it's actually kind of. I mean, it is. It's depressing, and I stepped in a lot of buckets of shit, right? It's also kind of energizing to know that there are people out there who are older than me, and they're making the right corrections. Certainly, people younger than me are catching it probably a lot quicker and moving a lot quicker on these sort of things. But I'm learning as I go. I'm relearning, and it's a real eye opener. Real eye opener.
Is it pulling together?
It is. It's just. It's sometimes it's it's very. Somebody could ask me a question, and I've heard it. I've looked at it a million times, but then it's almost like suddenly it's in practice, and it's difficult to apply. So for me, application is probably like just practice and just getting through it, learning it, and putting it in a place where I don't have to deal with it. I just want to get to a place where I've I don't know. Maybe the rest of my life I'll be kind of implementing all of this stuff and applying it to my life. I mean, as it is now, I can't stand the thought of getting into another contract or filling out an application, signing my name. Like all these things are a practice, and it's what about the day I go and stand before a magistrate or whatever? If I have that situation.
Well, again, where are you going to do this? What court are you going to walk into? You're going to walk into an Article 2 court or an Article 3 court?
Well, what if I'm given a citation? So I have to go to a low-level court.
No, I'm not describing a low-level court. I'm describing a court that was not created by the Constitution, that has no constitutional rights, an administrative court. The court that flies the golden flag because they warn you.
Yeah, well,
so
what
court are you going to walk into?
Why would you go into a court and go to war at all? Why
you can go in there and make a special appearance, as you are not the person with the all capital letters.
Right. on special appearance
Special
or
appearance.
appearance, whatever it is. And what would you do? Would you make a declaration? Would you file something?
You would let the judge know that you're there by special appearance only, and bring your social security card, because then when they want you, give them the social security number, the social security card, because that's you. That's the creation.
How are you that piece of paper? How are you that number? I don't get it.
Because you're the entity that's written in all caps.
Well, not me. Certainly not me.
Well, okay, but if you go to court and show up there and say, when they say you there, you say, "Yep, I'm here." You just
No.
represented the straw man.
Well, I would never say that.
What would you say?
I don't know, but I wouldn't say that that's me.
Okay, so when the judge says, "Do you understand the charges against you?" Do you?
There are no charges against me. They're against
No, you can have that
capital.
conversation. Most of the judges at the lower level courts don't understand that, but they do at the
I
upper
know.
level.
I know, but what do you say to a lower level court? I guess there's an administrative process to learn and you just do it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just wondering.
America's done, and if you don't know what your rights are, you have none. People don't think you have rights. They don't even understand what rights they have. And you're in their court. You don't want to traverse with them.
Is that why you left?
No, I'm tired of bullshit. Didn't want to watch them destroy the country like you're watching it.
I know, it's awful.
I knew they were going to destroy the country, so why should I stay and watch? I don't know who these idiots are that think that I'm a coward, because I'll tell you what, I must be a real idiot. I'm sitting here living in a furnished apartment condo, nicely done, beaches within walking distance. I've got pools. I've got a sauna. In fact, in half an hour or 45 minutes, I'm going to go sit in the sauna before that jerk off guy, the Russian said, he Jew, shows up again and ruins it. Brought his little toddler in, about a year and a half old, maybe, into the sauna. Then kept throwing water on the sauna. I kept asking the kid, "You okay?" He kept saying, "Yeah, okay."
And then?
Dumb. So I'm living where I'm treated best. Nobody bothers me here. I can go out and eat for $1.
What would you get for a couple bucks? What kind of food would you get?
My pad thai will cost me about 30 baht, so that's $1. How would you like to have an order of pad thai for $1?
What? Oh.
Yeah, next time you pay $14 for an order of pad thai, I want you to say the word after me. I'm a putz. I'm a schmuck. I just paid $14 for pad thai.
I'm all that. And I love pad thai.
Pad thai is delicious. It's on the street for 30 baht.
Wow.
I got beautiful weather year round.
Mm-hmm. That pad thai would probably be my first choice for a while. But okay, what else?
Oh, kapao kai. Get a nice chicken and rice, chicken and vegetables, You can get anything you want. I ordered Kentucky Fried Chicken last night.
And how much was that? Just curious.
Oh, that's expensive. That was
course.
let's see, 10 pieces, chicken pops, chicken nuggets,
Wow, the whole family eats. Okay.
a coleslaw. What else did we get?
Plus,
Coleslaw.
probably have leftovers.
That was about $15.
Wow.
So it's 10 pieces of chicken. I got 6 pieces of white meat, breasts.
Amazing. But typically you're gonna it's like $5 a meal or something.
By the way, that was delivered to my door.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I tipped him handsomely. I tipped him $1.
I get some major cravings for that sort of food. Don't.
Oh, original only, of course.
Of course. Do they have their version of fried chicken out there? Because in Korea they did, and I loved it.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No. I'm just saying, in Thailand though, are there other places that specialize?
They make a Korean. They like to make a Korean
wings with that thin batter, so good.
Yeah. Well, so all these idiots can laugh at me all they want, but I'm the one that gets the last laugh.
No doubt.
My electric bill will be less than $100 a month.
That's nuts.
My water bill is about $8 a month. My internet is expensive here. It costs me $30 a month.
You aren't laughing though, idiot.
No,
The chat room's really going off on you hard tonight.
I'm just laughing inside.
You hear no
I'm
laughing.
I'm gonna go make some real money.
Oh, good. Thank you for joining. All right.
I pull in. I'm gonna tell you what I make.
I
get $120 an hour for my time.
Oh wait.
I've been putting together a doctor's office, the entire phone system, automated IVR, everything. Do it all from here.
Amazing.
$120 an hour. I paid my rent last night. But
hello, are you there? Yes, you will not be laughing long. I mean, I think it's fine.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Say hi to Howard.
Oh no.
Howard's here.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
is that Donnie?
No. Not Donnie.
Hello?
This is RD.
Can you check?
Why does RD sound like he's on the North Pole?
Darren is in the North Pole right now. He actually is. How's the reception?
Probably dashing.
Yeah, he probably, yeah. There's a lot of dashing deliveries in the North Pole right now. Busy hour. All right, so are you saying you're going to get on with your day, Howard? Is that what's going on?
Well, you can talk to RD and see what wisdom he's got.
He's got it all. He's got a monopoly.
Every single bit.
Shit.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hi, Darren. Hi again.
Hi again. And Darren, are you dashing? Uh-oh. Darren's lost in space. Anyways,
Darren, can you please stay? I don't want to be outnumbered by Jews. It doesn't feel right.
if Darren joins, it's tied up at 2-2, and nobody gets hurt.
It feels way better.
Too many witnesses for the Jews.
So what's up, JP? What did you want to ask me about my neck of the woods?
Well, I wanted an update on what you're seeing out there, since it's been so crazy.
I'm not seeing anything. We're not allowed to go outside, so can't see anything.
What do you mean you're not allowed to go outside?
No, I'm kidding. No, we have sort of like evening lockdown. So any all stores that are non-essential.
Do they come to your house? Hold on. Did they come to your house and tuck you in too?
I wish they would do that, but no.
And so there's a curfew, but not much more. Are the markets still full?
Markets? You mean like
shopping, food? There's no food shortages or anything like that.
No, there's not. Well, there's some items that might be out of stock, but I think that's normal. That's always been like that. It's just people noticing it right now. I know people are nagging about inflation a lot, but I mean, I've always been like, I just go through the store, and if I see something that I think is expensive, I'll leave it. So it doesn't really matter how much. It's just like if I see a cauliflower that's $2.50, I'll be like, no, thank you.
No cauliflower. Yeah.
No, I'll just take the next best thing. I mean,
I feel very international when I'm talking to you and Howard.
I understand. There's 3 extremely different time zones.
Yes.
It's 11 to 9 in the morning here.
It is almost midnight here. And what time is it, Howard, over there in Tyville?
It's like 4, some dinner time, tea time, between tea time and dinner time, I guess.
Uh-oh. Did Howard leave? Oh, he might have left. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, RD. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Made a cup of tea.
Nice. All right.
Oh, this is good. Now I can make some coffee.
All right. So he's going to make coffee, and I am going to end this heap of a show. Thank you for listening to Transparency and Merit with your host, JP. That's me. And thank you, Donning Armor Cock, and the Master of Rope, and maybe Scott. I don't know if he showed up. I think he did. Thanks for coming in, and have yourself a wonderful sleep if you choose to do so. And join Brian and I tomorrow or the next day, whenever you can, and get caught up on things you may not need to know about. I don't know. Maybe you do. Anyways, that's it. I'm done, and it's sign off time here. So take it easy. I was going to try to make this the longest goodbye, but I will never beat Donning Armor and Mr. Midnight Movies Goodbye. And I think it was Thanksgiving night, and it was an epic goodbye that lasted probably an hour. But I'm not going to do that. Good night.